You own the work. You do not own what happens next. That sounds like the same thing. It is not. 25 centuries ago, on a battlefield, a warrior froze before the fight of his life, and the answer he was given is still the sharpest tool available to anyone opening a laptop this morning. The scene is the Bhagavad Gita, one of the oldest texts in the world still read for practical guidance rather than history. Arjuna, a warrior, stands paralyzed before a battle he does not want to fight. His charioteer, Krishna, does not comfort him with promises about how it will turn out. He gives him a rule for action itself. One of the most quoted lines in the entire text. You have a claim on the work itself, but never on what the work produces. So act fully, without chasing the reward, and without refusing to act at all. Read that twice, because it is not permission to stop caring. It is a boundary line. The work is yours. The result is not. You are handed full ownership of the effort and zero ownership of the outcome. And the text insists these are two different jobs. One you can actually control, minute by minute, and one you never could, no matter how much of the morning you spend checking on it. Most first hours get this backwards. The inbox gets refreshed before the work gets started. The metric gets checked before the task gets finished. The mind runs ahead to the reply that has not come yet, the numbers that have not moved yet, the reaction nobody has had yet, and none of that is work. It is rehearsal for an outcome you do not own, performed instead of the one thing you do. There is a modern version of the same discipline, arrived at from an entirely different direction. People who study elite performance across fields, chess, surgery, competitive sport, keep landing on the same finding. The performers who last are the ones whose attention stays on the process in front of them, not on the scoreboard. The scoreboard updates on its own schedule. The process is the only place a hand can actually reach. Separate the two, and the work gets calmer and, more often than not, better. Fuse the two, and every unanswered email starts to feel like a verdict. This is not a call to stop caring whether the work matters. It is the opposite. Care about the work enough to give it your full attention, instead of splitting that attention between the task and its verdict. The founder checking metrics every 4 minutes is not more invested than the one who closes the dashboard and finishes the draft. She's simply spending her ownership on the wrong side of the line, pouring hours into a fruit she was never handed the rights to, and starving the one thing that was actually hers. Think about what this looks like at your own desk in the next hour. The right to the work means open the document and write. Send the proposal and let it go. Make the call and hang up without replaying it 4 times. The fruit, whether they say yes, whether it lands, whether it is enough, was never yours to hold in the first place. It belongs to time, to other people, to circumstance. Holding it anyway does not give you more control over it. It only takes attention away from the one place control actually lives. Notice, too, what this rule quietly protects you from: the version of ambition that only shows up when the reward is guaranteed. If ownership belonged to the fruit, then a person would be right to hold back the moment the outcome looked uncertain. Why work hard for a result that might not come? But ownership belongs to the effort instead, which means the uncertainty of the result is irrelevant to whether the work gets done. You do the work because it is yours to do, not because the ledger looks favorable this morning. That single shift removes the excuse that has talked more people out of a hard first hour than almost any other: the fear that the effort might not pay off. Of course it might not. That was never the part you were promised. There's also a kind of relief buried in this, easy to miss on first read. Releasing the fruit is not resignation. It is the removal of a weight nobody was ever built to carry gracefully. A person who believes the outcome is theirs to control spends a morning negotiating with a future that has not happened yet, flinching at every signal, revising a plan that has barely started. A person who is handed the fruit back to where it belongs gets to spend that same hour on one thing only, the work directly in front of them. Less to carry usually means more gets done, not less. The discipline is not colder. It is lighter. So before this first hour asks anything of you, decide which half of the work you are actually going to carry today. Not the outcome. That was never on offer, no matter how tightly you grip it. The effort, the sentence in front of you, the call about to be made, the task that is entirely within reach the moment you stop rehearsing how it turns out. That is the whole boundary, drawn on a battlefield 2,500 years ago, and just as exact this morning. Do the work. Let the fruit be what it will be. Both halves matter, but only one of them was ever yours to control. So begin the work and release the outcome before you even start. I own the effort in front of me, and I'll let the result belong to whoever it belongs to. I stop checking on a fruit before the work is even finished. I give this hour my full attention instead of splitting it between the task and its verdict. I finish what is mine to finish, and I let go of what was never mine to hold. I measure the morning by the work I did, not by what came back to me for it. That is the discipline hidden in one line from a battlefield. The right to the work, never to its fruit. If that gave you something to carry into this first hour, stay with this channel, where every morning is a chance to do the work that is actually yours. And before you go, what result have you been gripping too tightly this week? Write it below. I read each one. Begin disciplined. End reflective. Now rise.